Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Some dumb guy here. I got some movies. Oh, now I just thought it would be kind of funny if that's how bad things got, because I've already got this. I'm lacking in the things. Desk space here at this point. We don't want to make piles and snacks on the floor because kitties. Well, what say you? The Mohicans. As far as should we try to finish this off? And there's nothing else currently in transit. Episode 11. We do after this is going to be complete of the ultimate run unboxing of 2025. Will this be where we're going to begin grand finale this episode? I 4K as may or may not be blind by. If I've seen this, I was as a wee dumb lad, probably in the neighborhood of 10, 11, 12 years old. He's back in New York, bringing justice to the streets. Where did he go? What do we have? We got the 4K of Death Wish 3, Charles Bronson doing his thing. And there's that going on here. Yes, yes, yes. Right side up. And Blu-ray blind buy. Once again with slipcover. That's 2 for 2. All right. He's not as fast as he used to be. That's what makes him human. He's a bounty hunter. And that's what makes him dangerous. Dun, dun, dun. This is 1980. Color at 97 minutes. Starring the man himself, Steve McQueen. This was his final film role before he passed. I think this is the one that I was thinking. I referred to this in a previous episode that there was something that I had bought, that I had read, that was an iconic actor's final role. This was it. This one is The Hunter. I haven't seen a whole lot of Steve McQueen, but what I have seen, I dig. I wanted to expand. Death Wish 3, 1985. 1985, color at 91 minutes. I'm going to edit that back a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Another slipcover. Another Dan Curtis production. Movie, series, franchise. This appears to be a single film. Blind by Blu-ray, 1977. Color 76 minutes. That is brisk. Yep, more presumably TV movies or something along those lines. But this is a 2025 release. So happy that it just went on sale. And I recall the reception to this getting a physical release to be pretty high, and put it on my radar when I started looking at the Dan Curtis stuff in general. So, yeah, I'm disappointed this isn't a Kino Cult title, because I think some of his other ones I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to that. Yeah. Late Night Mysteries was a Kino Cult title, Spine 36. Dan Curtis's Classic Monsters, Kino Cult Spine 39, and Classic Ghost Spine number 18. Why is Dead of Night not a Kino Cult title? Boo. Boo, I say. Let's keep things consistent, right? Why is one cultish and not the other? This is allegedly a very iconic film, blind buy. Completely different type of... We're not dealing in a slipcover this time. This is the first time I've ever seen a Kino Lorber release of a single film being one of those side entry sleeve boxes, like what they put their box sets in. But this is a single film in a single case. This is from the series, the year 1905. I don't understand that. This is a Russian film from 1925, black and white, and color. I guess you get to choose. 71 minutes long. Takes place in 1905. Film released in 1925. It's apparently really hugely iconic. Sergei Eisenstein's with the original Meisel Orchestra score. Let's present Battleship Potemkin. This is one of those, I'll just call it peripheral cultural zeitgeist films that I think even people who have never seen it, don't even know anything about it, know the title of it for whatever reason. I mean, I was one of them. I don't have a freaking clue. Now I get to see it. I get to find out. I'll be culturally relevant. 4K slipcover, a new release from this year. Not a blind buy. For the ride of your life, all you need for Christmas are your 2 front seats. Robert Hayes, Julie Haggerty, Lloyd Bridges, Chad Everett, William Shatner. You probably already know what this is. From 1982 at 85 minutes, we have the iconic, but not quite as good, Airplane 2, the sequel. An inappropriate-esque cover and poster because it just came around Christmas time. We need to put a Santa Claus in the poster, and yet it's not Christmas themed at all filmed in the film. So, you know, weird. Yeah. Do we have any more slipcovers in here? Let's find out. There's one. Let's go with that, because this is also a new release from 2025, I believe. Yeah, there's that date. Okay, not a blind buy. I own this on DVD. Haven't known it for a long time. Saw it many, many times when it was new, fresh in the world on cable. Got the DVD probably a year before last, and it's an MOD title, which is, but you know, it's the only way to get it back then. It's a Ron Howard film starring Michael Keaton from 1986 at 112 minutes. Also got, what do we have here? They ain't doing much to show freaking casting on the back of this. I see images of people I recognize, but why is they not named? Mimi Rogers, Clint Howard, there we go, John Turturro, George Wendt, Getty Watanabe. Do you know what this is? I do, because I'm looking at it. This is Gung Ho. Good, touching, uplifting film. Not nearly, I think, as funny as it could have been. Well, maybe that's just me. I don't know. I like it. I don't know. I think it's a good, touching film. It's just not as funny as I think it could be. But that's okay. I don't need everything to be uproariously funny. Let's see. What else we got for slip covers? Let's finish those off now. Either open the box upside down or they package these all upside down. I don't know, but there's a few slip covers left here. Not a blind buy. Finally getting to some of those, right? A 4K also released this year. How about that? Stephen King adaptation from 1990 at 86 minutes. A film that was not really too well regarded back in its day, but I think is starting to garner some cultish love, whatever you want to call it. What do we have here? Brad Dourif, Stephen Mox, Kelly Wolf, Andrew Devoff. I don't know who any of those people are. I'm actually looking to see if anybody else is in here that I do recognize. I don't. So that image is not of the person I thought it was. We have Graveyard Shift. Beware the giant monsters at the bottom of the textile plant or mill or whatever the heck it was. I seen this once, and I was probably, again, likewise about 11 or 12 years old when I did. So, pardon my lack of clear memory. Hey, we got another Kino cult title, Spine number 17. All right, so I wanted to take a moment and sort this a little bit. Slipcover, blind buy, 1980, 95 minutes. I expected this to be older. Strange. Okay. This is hussy. Yeah, I've always liked that word. I don't know why. I never use it. Just the word hussy. You wantin' hussy. Alrighty. A 4K blind buy with slipcover. Another Kino cult title, Spine number 15, it looks like. I did okay this round as far as building up the Kino cult library. Beautiful. I like when that kind of thing happens, even inadvertently so. Let's see, 1974, colored 112 minutes. I really know nothing about this. Names, nothing recognizable at all. Carla Grafina, Mel Ferrer, Arthur Kennedy, Alida Valli. Don't know who any of them is. But the movie be The Antichrist. Is it an Exorcist knockoff? The time frame is right. I think The Exorcist came out in 73. Am I correct in that? This is the very next year. So for quickie, cheap B-movie Exorcist knockoff? Could be, friends and neighbors.
We're really trying to whittle down that wish list.
That's it for the
big, the ones they do like 4 times a year. They're so large, I immediately dive right into the sale. Anything of interest, boom, dump it in my cart. Now, it stands to reason that there's a huge percentage of that that's already in my wish list because of how big my wish list is.
Reacquainting surprise with what I ordered.
Encountered before.
But the way these things
And as I
are
go
in the
whittling
box,
through, of
you
course,
know,
prioritizing stuff
this
gets
way,
tossed,
one
anything
foot
gets
this
tossed
way,
in my
and
wish list.
you can't see spines, so you can get it.
So there's always going to be this
trade-off.
trade-off.
So
So
say
I'm
I'm going to get a certain
going to pre-fund
percentage
of wish list
and
titles in there,
but
is what's getting pulled off and purchased.
Still got a good
enough
healthy
to offset
stack
what's left.
added.
Let's roll
through
through
this.
the sale.
Usually not a blind buy, but I'm
So
not sure I've
to do
ever
something
seen
about
this film in its
I'd actually pull
entirety.
out of my wish list that I'm like, you know what? I don't really
It's fitting that it's following up the previous film.
But back to the task at hand,
a Blu-ray blind buy from 1939, black and white at
The Devil's
112
Back,
minutes.
but he's never
Another
dealt
highly
with an
regarded film
exorcist
starring
like
Gary
this.
Cooper,
Linda
Ray
Blair,
Milland, and Robert
Ned Beatty,
Preston,
Leslie
Nielsen,
Bo
from
Jest.
1990,
Don't be a Bo Jest.
84 minutes.
Bo Jest, I don't know. It's not
We
indigestion.
have
God,
comedy.
bad joke.
Repossessed.
Speaking of bad jokes, what do they call a bidet in Australia?
And the
But I might-
giggles were
I'm
inspired.
practicing my dad jokes.
Let me see if I can focus on this.
I was in the
Because this is,
Asian restaurant the other day, and I'm standing in line,
seemingly Leslie Nielsen
waiting to order
doing
my
a
Vietnamese soup.
oversize, maybe.
As I'm standing there, my mind's wandering. I realized,
Oh
you.
man, it's just
you're either going to get that or you're not. Sorry, I'm not
who
going to.
doesn't need a little extra
Blu-ray,
Leslie
blind
Nielsen
buy,
in their lives?
1961, black and white, 99
Now we're
minutes.
gonna go travel back in a bit of a way back
Produced and
machine
directed by
again
Val
because we're just
Guest.
boing, 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 boing all over the place as we are. This is a
No
Blu-ray
names I
blind
recognize.
buy
Whatever. We don't need them.
from
This is the
1958,
day the
black
earth
and
caught
white,
fire.
120
Cannot
minutes.
seem to get prior getting up high above the stacks. I can't.
And showing a little bit more age than I'd expect, but this is 1958.
Caramba.
All right, makes sense.
Blu-ray,
Okay.
blind buy. This
Starring
one was, in and out,
Clark
in and out a couple
Gable
times as
and
well.
Doris Day,
1959, black and white, 79 minutes.
Gig
Ooh,
Young
380 minutes.
and
It's
Mammy
like,
Van
damn,
Doren.
better do some efficient
Highly
film,
regarded
storytelling,
film.
This is
Teacher's
I don't know
Pet.
if
This one
Curse
almost got
of the
dismissed, I think, a second time from my sale purchase until I read the praise it got on
This is a
the
recent
website.
discovery, I think, for me, although I'd heard of it before. Blu-ray blind buy starring Burt Lancaster and the very lovely Katharine Hepburn. Hey, 1956 in color, 121 minutes. Remastered in HD by Paramount Pictures from a 6K scan of a 35mm VistaVision original camera negative. This thing better look freaking phenomenal. That's all I gotta say. Hey, Lloyd Bridges in this. All right, this is the Rainmaker. Not to be confused with the other Rainmaker, John Grisham or whatever. And like that other The Rainmaker, I'm assuming neither Rainmaker actually makes any rain. But again, not seen it, not making any declarations. Blu-ray blind buy. It's some cool artwork there for that cover. 1957, black and white, 78 minutes. Oh my. No recognizable names here. So we're throwing out. Ooh, this is unrated. This is The Land Unknown. Then it gives you like Land of the Lost or Journey to the Center of the Earth or The Lost World kind of vibes there in a sense, right? And those things are kind of fun. They can be fun. I like fun. We'll find out if it's fun and report back in some future date. Blu-ray blind buy, Natalie Wood and Steve McQueen yet again. 1963, black and white, 100 minutes. Kind of a naughty-esque title for its time, I think. Could it be innuendo? I don't know. Love with the Proper Stranger. An illicit affair, perhaps, out of nowhere? Naughty people doing naughty things? I don't know. We shall see. I don't think I've ever seen Steve McQueen in any kind of romantic role. Blu-ray blind buy.
What do we got? Let's present. It is Quantes. This one made it in and out of my wish list at least twice before committing. And that's why this box here, this last third purchase for the Winter Wonderland sale, which I don't usually do 3, had something like 35 titles in it. It's because I was, I've got to get my wish list whittled down a little bit. And so it is, most of that purchase, I think, came directly out of my wish list. Blu-ray, Blind Buy. Falula Bankhead? Is that Falula? That doesn't look like a letter. I don't know what that first letter is. It looks like a site. I'll show you momentarily. Gary Cooper with Charles Lawton and Cary Grant. This is 1932, black and white, 78 minutes. Let me see on the back here. Tallulah. It is. It's a Tallulah. Okay. I would never have expected that to be a T. This is a bit of a thriller here. This is Devil and the Deep. Sounded intriguing by the synopsis. Actually, one of the rare ones I did read. Let's see here. Let me show you what I was talking about. If I can get focus here. Look at that top name there. That don't look like no T to me. I'm just saying. I didn't write it. I'll check. All right, now we get to the funky, non-traditional Kino spines, which I'm not usually a fan of. And this one I've never even heard of before. 185 Code Red. And it's got a Kino Lorber labeling on the back, along with this Code Red. So 185 must be the spine number. I don't know what Code Red is. I've never heard of it before, but they have their own website on the back here, CodeRedDVD.com. I have to look at that and see what's what. Okay, so Blu-ray, Blind Buy, Western. He's been cheated out of his gold and his woman. Now the only weapon he had left was revenge. George Papard, 1971, 108 minutes. Color, obviously. This is, I can't read that. One More Train to Rob. This is one, like I said, the non-traditional Kino Lorber spines. And then you see down here at the bottom, there's your 185, your Code Red. This is going to stand out like a sore thumb for me if I put it in with my Kino titles, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Okay, last episode I set one aside because I wanted to do it with something else, and this is the last of it because it went with. So this is it. There's no more. This is the last 2. We're done. That's it. No more Ultimate Unboxening of 2025. I'm going to produce these 2 Blind Buy Blu-rays. One's either a remake of the other, or they're both adaptations. Both are quote unquote milestone. One says it's a landmark, the other one says it's a milestone. Okay, fair enough. The first one, let's see here. This is the older of the 2. 1931, Germany, black and white, 88 minutes. This second one, 1958. This is these are adaptations of a play, by the way. 1958, Germany, color, 94 minutes. We have, which was the older. That'll complicate things. I believe this is pronounced Mädchen in Uniform. And again, the non-traditional, this is the KL Classics line where they almost always have a white spine and their own non-standardized text on the spine. There's the original version. Or the
James Gardner, Dick Van Dyke, Elke Summer, Angie Dickinson, Ethel Merman, Carl Reiner, directed by Norman Jewison. 1965 color, 99 minutes.
And this one,
What do we have this time?
And then it says Kino Classic, so the logo is different, which I wish they hadn't changed that. So yeah, that's what you got there.
It's way down there. Okay,
The Art of Love.
Yeah. I'm like,
This one stars Lily Palmer and Romy Schneider. I've heard of Romy Schneider.
Title.
This one here, we didn't have any cast really listed. The Art of Love. I'm not going to try to pronounce
Good
that.
cast.
Look at that. Oh, we're just cresting. Look at that. What?
This one makes me a wee bit
Glorious
nervous.
before we rent it.
I
Not
didn't
a
read
usable
up enough on
monitor
the
camera space
details.
here to record.
Blu-ray Blind Buy. Van Heflin.
I want to
and
do
Julia Adams.
a
Directed
post-mortem on this like I did last year.
Boddicker. A
Would
new
y'all like
kind
a
of excitement
preview?
in
See what I got?
3
Get
dimensions.
an idea of what I'm working with here. Hold on.
You have to watch it that way. That's what concerns me. I don't know. 1953 color, 81 minutes. I've never seen a Western in 3D, so that sparked some curiosity on how they would do that. But again, I better be a 2D version of it on the disc, because, or at least a watchable 2D version, a 3D version or whatever, because I don't know how that's going to play out. You know, you get like things like Friday the 13th Part 3. It's technically a 3D movie. Most of it 2D with some 3D effects, and you can watch it just fine without 3D TV or 3D glasses. I'm hoping that's the case here as well. Okay.
Another
Hopefully each and
Blu-ray
every one of
blind
you
by
who stuck with
Western,
me through this,
Fred McMurray,
based on what I'm seeing
and
so far.
Dorothy Malone.
As of the recording of this, I think I only have the
1957
first 3
color,
parts that have actually
81
aired.
minutes.
The rest are well laid out in sequence to be released, like twice a week or something. So for those of you who do end up watching and sticking with me through all this, I wanted you to get a glimpse of what you endured with me on this journey. It was fun. It was a lot of work. I'm happy to have it all out of boxes and accessible now. And now I get to go through the fun journey of cataloging all this on my Blu-ray.com account. And then the even more fun process of sorting it and shelving it and figuring out where to put it and how to put it and so forth. I got the room. That's not an issue necessarily, but the organizational process is, any of you collectors out there, you know. I am done. Thank you, each and every one of you. What did you think of the most recent episode 11, my pickups, any of the rest of it, whatever? Yeah, what have you picked up recently for your own physical media library? Utilize the wonderful word box below. It is there for your taking, your abuse, your tender loving care, whatever you want to make use of it for. Just, give it tenderness or give it abuse, either, whatever. Okay. I need to edit, but I also need to record this week's episode of Some Dumb Watch, which by the time you've seen this will be weeks old. That being said, I've got work to do, and I will catch you on my next one, which chronologically will be this next episode of Some Dumb Watch I'm about to record. So I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here.